have a mind of winter to regard the frost in the boughs of the pine trees crusted with snow. In his poem, The Snowman, poet Wallace Stevens looked to winter cold for inspiration, not unlike the artists who gathered at the recent Waukesha Janboree. Bryant McCrae shows us how their works of frozen art provided deeper meaning in the cold around us.
In the city of Waukesha, at a snow-covered Lowell Park, hundreds of people took on the sub-zero temperatures for the city's 39th annual Jamboree.
We have people that come back year after year, wondering what we're doing new, of course, visiting their favorite things.
Joanna Adamicki, special event coordinator with the city of Waukesha, says the annual event has a way of bringing people back to their childhood.
The ice sculptures and snow sculptures and sledding, tobogganing, all the fun things you did growing up.
The Arctic air making the perfect playground for all walks of life.
Lots of families. There are single people, couples. It's everyone from 1 to 100 has been out at the Jamboree.
And while some chose to play on the ice, others made it their masterpiece.
Well, we're ice carvers, ice and snow carvers. I guess that's what we call it. You know, we don't really have a title.
Meet Dick Emmerich, an engineer by trade, an ice artist by hobby.
I don't know if it's being good or just being too stupid to quit.
Emmerich has been center stage at the Jamboree for nearly 20 years, creating, shaping, and welding art out of ice. Block of his icy canvas weighing in at nearly 300 pounds.
You learn by trial and error, and I had plenty of errors. I've cut myself, I've nicked into my pants, and I've had frostbite. 3 of my toes were black, and so they had to get all the skin debrided and ripped out of there, and it took a couple of months to heal, but it did. I was lucky. Could have been a lot worse.
But to Emmerich, each cut and scar is worth it. Emmerich dedicated this statue in 2019 to a fallen Lake Mills firefighter who was killed by a drunk driver.
And that was probably the most emotional piece I've done. And it turned out well, and his fiancée was there. It was very touching, actually.
The Iceman, not working alone, is joined by a team that's been by his side since day one.
That makes it a lot easier than doing it by yourself, especially when you have this much volume of ice and snow to work on.
Emmerich using every tool you can think of to craft some pretty cool statues. And yes, that even includes bringing in some heat.
First you start with a chainsaw and you rough it in, then you go to a grinder and a chisel and propane and all that.
And while not every ice sculpture is perfect, Emmerich says there is beauty in the mistakes.
There's been plenty of times I had to change as I went because I screwed something up. So you change it, and that's what makes it actually challenging and also fun. You just try to see what you're looking for. And you know the sculpture is in there, you just have to find it.
The artist hopeful his work can inspire a generation.
If they see that it's kind of cool to do it, hopefully they'll come back and he or she will, come back and be one of us, down the road.